welcome to today's video. Today, we are talking about threats. So, which of these disasters do you consider to be the most dangerous, and why? Maybe an earthquake, a tsunami, or a snowstorm? Please think about this so we can in class. Great! Now, I would like you to please pause the video and write at least 3 ideas about this. What kinds of threats to society are there? Do you have them now? Excellent. You will need them in like 2 minutes. So, what is the meaning of these words? Bound to happen, debris, doomsday, national grid, proper, shape up, stockpile, and wipe out. Now, remember to look for a synonym or as definition. Pause the video, please. Okay? Now, you will use some of these words for this activity. Please complete the sentences with the words in the box. Pause the video, please. Okay, so the answers that you should have is bound, doomsdayer, stockpile, catastrophe, imminent, debris, and wipeout. Did you get them right? Excellent. Now, I want you to please listen to an audio and see if the ideas to the previous question that you answered are mentioned.
Page 116. Unit 11. Is it real? Lesson A. Imagined threats. 1. Grammar in context. B. Read the blog. What threats does it mention? Are any of the threats on your list? What are we to believe?
Recently, I saw a trailer for a TV documentary that is to air later this week. It's about families known as preppers. These are people who are so convinced that life as we know it is to end or that civilization is about to collapse that they are preparing for the day it happens. So they're stockpiling food, water, and survival equipment, which no one is to touch until the day when some unknown disaster occurs, like the failure of the national grid, a natural disaster, even an asteroid strike, which they say is bound to happen eventually. I have to admit, if society were to collapse tomorrow, or if food and energy supplies were to be threatened, they are certainly better prepared than my family. We have barely 3 cans of baked beans and a pack of birthday candles between us. If we are to survive a catastrophe, we'd better shape up. If the doomsayers are correct, the world as we know it is to end sooner than we think, which kind of got me thinking about what threats to our lives are real and which are imagined. For example, remember Y2K? At the turn of this century, there was a great panic that computer systems around the world were about to crash because of the way computers recognized dates. The year 2000, or Y2K, as it became commonly known, was set to be the biggest systems failure the world has ever experienced. It never happened. Another perceived threat is an asteroid strike. Is one imminent? If so, shouldn't we all be panicking? Didn't the last one wipe out the dinosaurs? Well, according to experts at NASA, Earth is not about to be hit by an asteroid. They do say that there's bound to be debris from space falling on us at some point, although given the fact that around 70% of the Earth's surface is water, there's little chance it's going to fall on me as I head for the supermarket. There's always some disaster that's about to happen, and it truly is hard to know what's real and what's not. So what's the average family like us to do? Maybe the next time I go to the supermarket, I'll buy a few more cans of baked beans and some large white regular candles, just in case.
Okay, so how many of your ideas were mentioned? Okay, let's continue. So, let's go to student book page 117, exercise A. You need to find the underlined ideas in the block and rewrite the sentences. The block is in the previous page. Pause the video while you work on this. Okay, number 1. Life as we know it will end. You should have. Life as we know it is to end. 2. Civilization is going to collapse very soon. Or, civilization is about to collapse. 3. It is certain there will be debris from space. Or, there's bound to be debris from space. Did you get this right? Excellent. So, let's see. Please read the sentences again. When are these things happening and what is special about the structures? Well, in this case, we're talking about the future. However, it could be a little bit different in a moment. The structure that we have is B2. Is to end, is about to collapse, is bound to be. Okay, let's see. These are expressions with B2, and we can use them to talk about the immediate future, especially if the events have a date or if they are decided. Such as here. A TV documentary is to air later this week. They are to get married next November. If you notice here, we have a date. These events are decided and they are scheduled. Now, we can also use these expressions in conditional sentences and for hypothetical events in the future. So, if you are to survive a catastrophe, we'd better shape up. If society were to collapse, these people are well prepared. You can use be about to when you want to say that something will happen very soon. Civilization is not about to collapse. And we can use be bound to, but in this case, we are expressing that we are more certain about this happening. There is bound to be debris falling on us. We are very certain here. Finally, you can use B2 to talk about how the future was seen in the past, such as here. They said the world was to end in 2012. My brother was to graduate last summer, but he failed his final exam. Now, if you notice, always after B2, we're going to use our verb in base form. So, let's practice. Let's go to our workbook, page 82, exercise A. Here, you will complete the blog post with the correct forms of B2 expressions and the verbs given in parentheses. Let's see the first one. According to the weather report, another tropical cyclone the southern US coast this week. In this case, we're going to use is to strike. Why? Because it will happen later in the week. Now, pause the video and work on the rest, please. Number 2, are about to hit. 3, is set to continue. Number 4, is set to occur. Here, we're talking about the damage, okay? Number 5, is or was bound to happen. 6, is set to change. 7, are actually set to intensify. And number 8, is about to hit. Did you get this right? Good job. So, for your homework, you will work on exercise B. Here, you need to complete the sentences with the correct forms of the B2 expressions. Let's do number 1. If extraterrestrials exist, what would happen if they were to turn their attention to our planet? Since this is a hypothetical situation we're using in the past. Doomsayers regularly claim that aliens are bound to invade Earth, and we humans will have to defend our planet. Now pause the video and work on 2 and 3, please. Okay, we're going to check them during our lesson. I will see you then. Bye-bye!